Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to some messages for all of us for July 2021. And I hope this is finding you happy and well wherever you are. I just sort of wanted to do a little bit of a talk about some of the things that we can be looking forward to in July, and some of the things that you may also have been going through in June. As you all know my story by now, heavy month, of course. And what can happen because of that as you're developing and moving into July. And we also have the angel of July, which is Virtue, an angel of surprises. And we will do some domino angel cards for us just to see what's coming up, what we can look forward to, what we can be focusing on, etc., and some things that we also need to let go of. So one of the things for July for all of us is to really focus our energy on grounding and bringing in our support team. And right now, before we even get started with the messages today, I want to do just that. I want to bring in all of our light team, our spiritual light team. And our light team is composed of our angels, guides, loved ones, ancestors, animal guides and totems, beings from other planets, of course, those who are connected with you, also the ambassadors of Gaia and the divas of healing, your healing angels, just anybody that you can think of, gods and goddesses that you're connected with, of course, all your guardian angels, angels of light, angels of new life, okay, angels that are helping you to prepare, ascension angels, angels of abundance, you name it. The angels are there with us, working with us, guiding us, and so is our entire team. You know, one thing that brought me great comfort over this last month was knowing that I could set, an intention with my spiritual light team to just take care of things, to make sure that I am blocked from any kind of negativity coming at me. Now, that's not to say that negativity doesn't come into your life, because if it does, those things are there as experiences. Those things are there to learn and grow with, right? So what it does mean is that you're protected from unnecessary energies, okay? There are a lot of different types of negative energy, and we've gone through energy plays before. So if you've watched my 12 days live, have a look at the one that says, energy plays, okay? And this will show you how on a psychological level, you can be feeling in a certain way. You can be drained, you can be fatigued, you can be emotional, you can be going through those lower frequencies. And this is when negative energies like to come right in, because they know that you are in that vibration, and they love it. They love making you believe certain things, or changing your moods, or whatever it is, and playing around with you. So when you have something happen, like, for example, a loss of a family member, a shock to the system, a house move, a change in the house or environment, shocking news that comes to you, if you've been on prescription medications, or if you've been on, been in therapy with, psychotherapy, or you've been hospitalized, that's one big thing, or even visited hospitals, etc. It's a really wise idea to make sure you have had a complete clearing, and that needs to be specific for you. But what we're going to do today, before we even get started with the talk and the information that's coming forward, etc., is that we are going to focus on making sure that we're having a little bit of a clearing to reset our energy as we move forward in July. Happy 1st of July to all of you. I, for one, am personally glad it's a new month and a new beginning, etc., for all of us. Okay, so also tomorrow we'll be having a little bit of fun here live with our auctions beginning again. So really, if you're interested in that and you want to get some bargains, We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. But for now, let's get started. And all you're going to do is follow along with me, and you can repeat after me if you want to. I will try to move through it a little bit slowly. Okay, if you want to do that, you can. And ground your energy. Okay, so that and we're making sure that we are setting an intention for July, that all of the crap that we've dealt with, all of the thoughts and feelings and lower energies that may be attacking us are going to have no room to survive as we ascend, surrender to this new energy, and begin to move forward. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just close my eyes and talk you through this declaration. It's a very good idea to start to make these declarations for yourself as well. I have a book of them, so I really want to write that into a little booklet for everybody, so that you can go from A to Z, and whatever's going on in your life, you can clear it out, which is awesome. I just have my selenite and auralite wand that I made here. I also made this Amazonite ring I wanted to show you guys as well. So I have some that I'm going to make. This one's just a simple ring, but I'm just working on some different designs. So I'll have some available at the crystal store soon too. But let's get ourselves ready for these messages today. Channeling these messages, bringing forth brand new energy. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, in and out. Okay. Now just listen to my voice. As a sovereign being of light, I hereby accept my sovereign energy. I hereby accept myself for exactly the soul that I am. And I give permission for my higher self in all directions of time and space to connect with me now, to work with me now, and to open the channels of receiving knowledge, abundance, light, and a new pathway forward. I give permission for source energy to work through me and flow through me now, opening up my crown and balancing all of my chakras all the way into the center of the earth and into the center of the universe, creating for me a perfect pillar of pure white light, enhancing my abilities, opening me to receiving messages in my safe place, whilst balancing all of my entire body and the energy centers in my body, and simultaneously clearing away old and stagnant energy that has been sent directly to me that I have not asked for. And I invite my spiritual light team to step into this pillar of pure light and extend this pillar of light 6 feet in all directions, anchoring me even further into the earth, allowing anything that I don't need to fall out of my lower chakras now and just release, being transformed into pure light for the earth, activating blessings under my feet to flow wherever I move. I give permission now for my spiritual clearing team those beings of light who are connected to clearing energy to move into my energy space now and adjust all of my frequencies, clear out any energy that is pulling me down into lower vibration and lifting me and anchoring me up immediately also into those higher vibrations and frequencies so that I can see, feel, hear clearly, that my intuition is enhanced 1,000-fold, and my connection to the divine is cleared of debris, cleared of fear, clear of sadness, and anyone who's ever let me down and caused a band to stop me from connecting to the divine, I now give forgiveness in all directions of time and space, through all layers of my entire being with unconditional love. All of my upper chakras going into the universe are now open, clear, and in a place of receiving divine light energy, light codes, activations, clearing, advancements on my path, healing through my body. Ask that any thought forms that are negative, psychic attack, lower energies, and beings that are not of the light, and any of those that are lost souls need to return to the light now. We give permission for Archangel Michael especially to use his sword of light, chopping away, dissolving old cords, and reinforcing your protection now with the triple shield of protection all the way around you with pink, blue, and golden energy now. In this space, we are safe and supported. In this space, no negative energy has permission to enter, and I rebuke any permissions I may have given in this or previous lifetimes, and ask that this energy be cleansed, cleared, and removed immediately. And the angels of new life bring forth and opening a golden door now, shimmering and glistening. And just imagine yourself standing in this doorway of golden light now, with a final cleanse and attunements for abundance. And very quickly, a new way forward opens for you. A new opening, new direction, new work, new people, new situations, happiness and peace, and forward movements on all levels. And I ask for this to be done in all directions of time and space, through all layers of my entire being, with unconditional love. And through light, this is sealed. It is done, and so it is. Now take a deep breath and breathe out all the old, and be open and aware for all of the new. And just very quickly, I'm going to adjust this music. It's what ends up happening. You put something on and then it's not exactly what you thought. Okay. All right. So by doing this exercise and just by connecting yourself in like that, you'll start noticing things happen. Now, a lot of people ask me, how can I know that the messages that I receive are really coming from the divine? And if you put yourself in that position that we just were in, there's no doubt that you are getting the correct messages. Okay? So if you are just asking randomly during the day, you may not be grounded, you may not be cleared, you may not be connected. And so you're getting some worrisome answers that are coming forward. And something that the angels are always teaching on every level is that it's so simple to be connected. And yet the habits that you have, the worries that you have, the letdowns that you've had in the past, the people that have come to upset the way that you see yourself, block you from having that true connection. So then there builds a resentment because you're thinking to yourself, I can't do this. Everybody else seems to be able to do this. This is really hard. I'm not connecting. All this bad stuff's still happening to me. I just must be a loser. Maybe I'm just not favored. Only the other people are favored. That's rubbish. The one thing that I've learned a lot in my life is the way that I saw myself was based on other people's critique of me, based on other people's abuse or other people's thoughts or opinions. And it lowered my self-esteem. Most of us have low self-esteem or have had in one way or another. And that low self-esteem or self-hate even, can lead to all other kinds of problems. And when something fails in your life, you're the first person to blame yourself. You may not be blaming where it's come from, but it goes back to being your problem. It's like if people have bad relationships all the time, they start thinking it must be me then, keep getting treated like crap, But that's what your abuser wants you to feel. They want to stay in control of you, And so breaking free of that pattern of, self-defeat, I guess, self-hate on some level, guilt, stress, bad luck or whatever it is that you think that you have, staying in that level only attracts more and more and more and more because you're going around in circles with it. And the idea is that we learn to see ourselves differently and care for ourselves. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have moments where you're doubting, okay? Or you feel like nobody's there, or you feel annoyed, or you feel upset. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. I do say that with our spiritual journey, we do not have to be perfect. We do not have to wear what people want us to wear. We don't have to follow any rules or, whatever. But we have to start with this self-care, self-love, self-appreciation. And then when you have it for yourself, you don't need it anywhere else. And you're not governing your worth on what you feel, others would like. Social pressure, parental pressure, peer pressure, what your friends are doing, what you think you should be doing. All of those things are forms of doubt, self-hate. And those patterns have no place in the ascended reality that you actually really want for yourself. For example, you can't move into a brand new future carrying the baggage of the past and the old ways of doing things with you and expecting that nobody's going to know, because the energy is about yourself. And you let yourself down by doing that, learning to appreciate yourself without judgment of what you think others are going to think or whatever is freedom, and you only can give it to yourself. Someone can show you the way, but then you've got to do it. And it's like, working with spiritual therapy. I do this a lot with people. and figuring out just the little adjustments that need to be made. But I can't stay with you when we're finished the phone call and stay with you and keep you going for the next couple of weeks, although I do try to with recordings and things that you can listen to. But it really will be a decision that you make, like you're sick of it. And you have to be sick of it to a point where you are no longer willing to play that game. You're no longer willing to destroy yourself for other people, to put yourself last for other people, to blame yourself when something goes wrong. You're no longer willing to do that. And that's a big step in your life. And this is coming from someone like I know. I was the hardest on myself than anybody I know, and had to deal with a lot of things that would keep a normal person just in the corner, in the fetal position, like full of anxiety, etc. I knew I didn't want that. So how was I going to do this? There was no internet and all that sort of stuff. I had to retrain the way that I thought, as hard as that is. And for July 2021, for this whole lifetime that we have, there has to be a decision that we make within ourselves that we are worthy, that the angels are with us. We have our spiritual light team. If stuff goes wrong, we don't blame ourselves for it. We say, okay, this is happening. How am I going to react? What's my response going to be? Am I going to be proud of my response right now? And bit by bit, adjust yourself, adjust your frequency, declare stuff, clear things away. And if you're thinking at night, this didn't work and that didn't work, and I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and what about this bill and that bill, and how am I going to pay that, and this person said that about me and I can't believe it, and I'm really annoyed with them, and how dare they do that to me right now, and whoa, until, you're just going to scream. And then you settle yourself down, you could get up, go to the bathroom, get a drink, whatever, and you come back and you're like, okay, now I'm just going to go to bed. And then it's like, I'm going to check my phone or, something to keep yourself back into that loop. And those are the things. And I find this, that a lot of times if people have the most trouble getting progress in their spirituality, it's because their head does them in, They play games in their mind all the time. One thing is that you can't possibly know somebody's motive, and why should you care? If someone is going to treat you really badly, that's on them. It has no reflection of who you are. Most of the times it's a projection of how they're feeling, and they're putting that on you. Knowing, get this, they know that you're awesome, that you have emotion, that you have feeling. They actually know that you're going to take that hard, or take it to heart, or take it on, or try to fix it, or whatever, until you don't. And when you don't, yes, there are some people that are going to fall away. There's some people that are going to just not get it, or think you're crazy, or think you've gone woo-woo, and, whatever. But they're still living that same negative life, that's still living that same circle, still picking on people, blaming people, never taking responsibility for anything that they do. And you've gone on to this next level. And you deserve that. You don't have to have a lot of people around you, but the few that you do should be solid and be moving forward with you. And if you find yourself battling through your healing, battling through your growth, and battling through your spirituality, you want to take a look at who's around you, because I can guarantee you that there's ties that are attacking you and making you feel less than good enough, making you feel like you're doing something wrong, making you feel like you need to fix it, like I said. And then the thoughts go crazy. The monkey brain starts going, oh, what about the, oh, that was this and that was this and this was it. You can't live like that, because you're living right in your head all the time. You only see stuff that's in your head that way. And you won't see a result, because you've only got what you've got there, right? And it keeps coming in with more crap. You keep trying to fish your way out of it. And that's the lie. That's the joke. The joke is that there is no way out and you have to keep figuring this out. That's crap. There's always a way forward. There's always a way out of every situation. And if you're still doing this overthinking thing, stressing thing, worrying thing, blaming thing, doubting thing, telling people that it's easy for them because of their situation or whatever they are, having the jealousy, right? Feeling conflicted all the time, feeling like you're stupid, feeling like you're useless, feeling like you're never going to get this. That's all the biggest joke that there is going on. That's there to train you to keep yourself at that low vibration, because if you knew how powerful you really are, not superior, but just powerful in yourself, how you can manifest the life that you want, you wouldn't listen to any of this rubbish anymore at all. If you knew how powerful you were and how strong you are and how capable you are, oh my God, there would never be a need for you to ever feel depressed again. Now, depressed energy, grief, anger, all of those things are relative experiences of our life. We have to learn to navigate through. We're all going to lose somebody. We all have lost somebody in one way or another in our life. We haven't understood. We've been upset. We've gone into grief. We've acted ridiculously. That doesn't mean that defines who you are. What defines who you are is how you step out of those shadows, understanding them, and into this new light. The angels are with every single person. And if you don't believe in angels, I'm here to tell you they believe in you. They believe in you, okay? They believe in you as a soul, and your many lifetimes that you've had, the things that you need to figure out in all of these lifetimes. And it comes to a point in this life where you have the accumulation of all the other lifetimes. What's it going to be this time? Is it going to be another repeat? Because I can tell you all the challenges that you've had in your life right now are repeat situations of past issues and problems. Repeat situations. And it's up to you how you respond. As I said, your response is the most important thing. Again, I want to point out, there's no perfection in spirituality. None. You can't be a perfect person all the time. You can be a raving lunatic sometimes and have your moment and scream and yell and have a fight with someone that you didn't mean to, or say something that you didn't mean to. But carrying that on is no longer a mistake or a reaction. It becomes a behavior. And so as you learn these aspects of yourself with compassion for who you are, where you've been, what you've been through, your story. Once you understand that within yourself, once you have compassion for yourself as you would for somebody else, you all gave me so much compassion for what I was going through. I hope that same compassion you are able to see within yourself, give to yourself. When we talk about loving ourselves, it's not about, again, superiority or being the greatest or, anything like that. It's about gentleness. The angels teach about gentleness all the time. Understanding yourself, seeing things that are coming as experiences, learning how to respond to those experiences, changing your reactions to situations that once really annoyed you. You've hit a milestone when you do that. If you hear from somebody that normally they irritate you and you can have compassion or can just let it go, or you don't feel like you need to respond or justify your actions, you've hit a milestone. If your family stress you out and you're surrounded by them all the time and you can learn how to switch all that off and not take it personally, you've hit a milestone. I can tell you though, the same position that made you sick is not going to make you well. So some of you are making decisions in your life right now to move forward into new directions. And everything's going to start opening up for that to happen. Remember, we're dealing with the angel Virtue, the angel of surprise. The angel Virtue brings us a pathway forward by surprise, like something happening out of the blue. July, on the 10th, we have a new moon, and then we have a full moon in Cancer at the end of the month. And those moon cycles, every 2 weeks, you are getting into the buildup of that energy, and then you have the release or the beginning in the new moon, and you have a closure in the full moon. And those cycles continue. Once you start to learn those cycles and how that may make you feel and how it may affect you, then you can start planning for things and working things out, making a decision not to allow certain things to get to you. The way that the world is right now, and certain people who are bringing the truth are getting shut down, etc., it's not going to last. It's not going to last. The way that everything is right now, it's not going to last. There are many channelings in the past about a new world, about a new energy on this planet, and how destruction needed to happen, and how, there would be things that took place that changed the lives of everybody on this planet. We've talked about this, and I say we because of all the channelings that I've done since 2009. Talked about this great change that needs to occur, and yes, there will be destruction, and yes, there will be things that change completely. But if you keep that energy of faith and hope, if you keep your angels close, if you ground yourself and bring your energy in, make sure that all of your energy is back within your body every morning. Bring all my energy back to me. Thank you for the healing for all those in my family line. Thank you for the healing in all aspects of who I am. Thank you for my higher selves, for connecting with me, those who are in the future aspects of myself. They've already made it through all of this. Thank you for helping me and guiding me forward. If you do these little steps every day and not be hard on yourself when things go wrong, as they sometimes do, if the blame continually goes back to yourself, then, as we've talked about before, there are a lot of other emotional things that may be going on, and trigger points and PTSD and complexities of that, complexities of abuse. And some of you don't even know that you've been in those situations. I see some people on their writings, and these people I've known for a super long time, whatever, but some of their writings and stuff are concerning because you can see how they see themselves, and they're looking desperately for someone to say, if someone puts a post on saying that they hate themselves and their life and it's always their fault and it's always this and that, they're looking for someone to say, no, it's not. Keep your chin up. Keep looking ahead. Be strong. You can do this. They're looking for that reassurance, but they don't know how to give it to themselves. And that's the secret to the next phase of your life, is giving yourself the compassion and love, support that you feel that other people deserve. If you can give it to yourself, it will pay you back 1,000-fold. Your anxiety will leave, your confidence levels will soar, your connection with the divine will just be there because you trust it, because you know you're connected, right? You're not doubting yourself, you're not worrying, you're not concerned. Other people can do whatever they want and say whatever they want. It doesn't affect you. You're protected. These are all the things, but I want you to also understand that your situation is unique, So whilst it may take someone 5 minutes to understand and navigate and go, right, I'm making that decision right now. And, the beginning of a month is a really good time to make your intentions very, very clear. But for other people, they may have a lot, they may be right back at the beginning of their journey and just learning about all of this. So it's overwhelming. So if you're here and you're just learning about your spiritual path, welcome, okay? We're all here as beginners on some level. We're beginning something on some level, right? All of us. And there's not one who's more gifted than anybody else. I mean, that's something that it makes me very, very emotional to hear some people, putting themselves on a pedestal and making you feel like you're not at that level unless you do whatever it is. I don't know. Right? So we're all on the same level. We need to understand that. And we tap into things in our own way. Some people are fabulous artists, and we all like, oh, I wish I could draw like that. You got to pick the pencil up. You got to practice. It's the same with your spiritual journey. You can't just have it all easy and not work at it, because there's nothing worthwhile about something coming into your life really, really easily. You don't learn anything by that, So your spiritual journey is just like your physical body, working out, doing your workout. You got to do it with your spirituality. And I said to a lady today, when you get your mind in the right place, your body just follows you. When you get your mind clear, the body's clear. So if you have a clear mind and you know what you're doing and you're working on yourself, you're building your trust in the divine, you're building your trust in yourself, your body starts to go, wow, we're okay. Everything's okay here. I can just balance myself out now. This is awesome. But when you stress and worry and you're guilty and you feel, hateful inside of yourself and you're wringing your hands with worry, what happens to your body? It just does the same thing. It just curls up, Having a spiritual path is a growing experience, of course, for all of us, and it's different for every single one of us. July in itself, we're going to have a look at some of the domino angel cards, but we don't really need them, but we're going to look at them because it's nice to have a little bit of a heads up, right? It's like a turning point. We're past halfway through the year. We're into the second half of the year now. We've had very, very fast energy going on. It's going to speed up even more. So these are the things that I feel intuitively that are happening between now and Christmas. One, the media is going to change. You're going to see a change with how things are presented. Okay? Different news, different ways of telling the news, different voices are going to be heard. Okay? Which means that if there has been deception in the reporting, if there's been deception in any way over the next 5 months or so, 6 months, whatever, if there has been lies told to the public, and this is worldwide, I'm not just talking about USA, but if there have lies been told, if we've had anything hidden from us, if people have told only part way the truth, if there has been fear that has been generated for no reason, if there has been people who are in positions of authority that have taken advantage of the people, very, very quickly this is coming down and announcements will be made and things are going to very, very quickly change. Okay? You're going to notice this. You may already have started to notice little bits and pieces, depending on what you're looking at. But the way that we've all been treated has been very, very criminal. And the darkness cannot win. It is falling away. It's trying to grab on as much as it can, but too many people are coming out of the woodwork. This is going to continue. By the time August comes around, okay, middle of August, around about then, and in fact, when you look at the moon cycles every couple of weeks, there'll be news, then there'll be a shutdown, then there'll be news, then there'll be a shutdown. There is going to be another wave of fear. However, too many people are not going to give in to that kind of control. Okay? I'm saying my words really carefully, all right, because of certain things. I know I'm protected though, which is fine, but I also care about each and every one of you that are listening. You all have your own viewpoints on things. I'm not trying to be some kind of prophet. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just saying my intuition tells me this. Your intuition may tell you something else. But there will be changes. There will be justice. And it'll be on a very large scale. Okay? So the more that we see, I want to tell you something, the more that we see negativity and lies and deceit, the more that you can be sure that the light has spun a thread through everything. And the darkness is trying to make you believe that it's in control. Let's put it that way. But it is not. And we've been building this energy for some time now. The ascension energy has been building in all of us. We all want a new life. We all want a new beginning. We're all sick of restrictions. We're all sick of being told what to do. We're all sick of rules being broken. We're sick of lives being destroyed. You know, people having brain cancer all of a sudden after having a certain procedure that is being pushed on people right now. Suddenly, there's loss everywhere. You know, experimenting on humanity. No, there's been no trials. There's been no, procedures in place. It's all been rushed out there. And if you can read between the lines, you know what I'm talking about. So how can we have faith? Oh, that's good. That's okay. That's fine. No, we're not guinea pigs, and we shouldn't be in beta testing. Humanity in beta testing right now. No, it's going to be changes, everybody. Doesn't matter what you believe in. You know, I'm not trying to make you see something or anything like that. These are truths that are coming out. They have to come out, you know. And many people are going to be very, very shocked about the intensity of those truths, you know, about the origins of these truths and why things were said in the way that they were said to all of us. We've all been affected. We will all be compensated as well. Okay, it's all going to come out. So, sort of said this for a long time now, you know, working through 2020 with all of you, going through the biggest change humanity has seen, you know, just going through anxieties that people have felt, losses that people have had, suicides that happened, people going into homelessness and poverty, people losing their businesses and their employees, you know, just the rug pulled right out, right? Now, as we move into the second half of this year, we've already seen some things occur, but as we move into the second half of this year, it's going to blow your minds. What else is revealed, okay? And use your intuition with it. Make a journal, write things down. I'm always getting, you know, messages, etc. in that way, because writing's my way, automatic writing, etc. And, you know, using that where you don't need to write anymore because you have this instant channel. And not saying that everything that we experience from here on out is going to be exactly positive, of course, because there's still going to be this division and fighting for no reason and upset, etc. But there's also going to be triumph and overcoming and going to the next level. When there's a crisis, especially this big, community comes together. You know, when people have had enough of it all, they end up coming together and, you know, fighting like hell, right? For this place, for this planet. It's worth fighting for, right? It's worth keeping, you know, looking after, of course. And people weren't looking after the planet either. And now it's time that we're all going to have to do our part in creating this new Earth. It doesn't mean that suddenly there's going to be a new Earth sitting there in the middle of space. If there is, great. But it really, I believe it talks about this Earth itself, Gaia, becoming anew, moving into its new life. It's aura cleansing, it's aura clearing. It's golden light around it. It's starting to bloom from the inside out. It's starting to shake off anything that was holding it back, just like we do. If you're connected to the earth, then you're connected to, the changes that the earth is happening, it's happening to you. Changes in the universe are happening to you. So what do you want it to be? Because if we work together on something, it creates like that. But when we're all pulled apart, we don't have as much power. Remember that when you're, looking at things, is this making me feel hatred towards somebody else? Am I getting angry about someone I don't even know? If so, pull away from it, because that'll internalize to you. You're worth a whole lot more than that. Okay? July, let's have a look at some cards. Okay, so we're going to look at 4 cards. So each week of July, okay, we've got these 4 cards. So let's go. All right. Okay, so hang on, one of my cards is... All right, let's have a look. Whoops. We have the fridge guy here. Oh, well. Okay. All right, so it's funny, on top of everything else, our fence is falling apart. The dog is getting through the back fence, the lady behind us. The fridge is falling apart again. And the stove, the front of the stove doesn't work again. So just got to laugh, right? Okay. Here we go. Week 1. And we have the angel Haniel. Okay, so let me read this message to you. It's number 2. Okay, so this may be a number that's important. So Archangel Haniel is with you, bringing great news right now. So this first week, good news, green lights. The answer is yes, or a positive, to any question that you have, something on your mind this week. There'll be a birth of a baby, a new job, new beginnings, okay? And the color green and red are significant, means something to you. You may see these colors. So it's a sign when you see them that you're on the right track. So anyone you meet this week is a good friend to you, someone who's positive to you, anyone that you connect with. Trust that you're doing the best for everybody. Thank you, Archangel Haniel. Light a green candle to connect with this energy, okay? So Archangel Haniel, one of the angels that also works with us on our healing abilities, bringing healing into our body, bringing new beginnings, new starts, perfect for the first week of July. Some things that are going to be a relief for a lot of you. Some things are finally going to just work out, okay? You have to also have that intention. You can't say, okay, well, that didn't work, and because you weren't expecting it to. You have to have the intention. I'm going to expect that everything's going to be fine one day at a time. I've got to trust my instincts, though. That's what you've really got to do. Haniel, as I said, works in the heart space, remembering that your heart center goes right out through the back, upper back as well. And when this channel is all blocked, you won't be able to connect to the divine, and your organs won't work properly. The joy center is in the heart. So if this is all black and clouded and upset and etc., ask for this cleansing and clearing in this space. Ask to have things revealed to you, showing you where there are blockages into your life. If there are blockages in your body, is it coming from your heart? Because as I said, the heart in itself, as an organ as well, governs what the rest of your body and the rest of your organs are doing. If there's joy there, everything will be in balance. If there's grief there, everything will start to fill with water, with bloating, digestive issues, It all goes together. Needing to pee all the time. Needing to pee is anger as well as nervousness. And, having, again, like we talked about, the face shows up a lot of things where there are problems or not. Okay. So Haniel, say thank you, Haniel, for working with me this week. I'm leaving the door open for you. I'm grateful for all the signs that you're bringing to me, all the messages that you're bringing. I'm going to have great expectations. And even if something goes wrong, I'm going to say, no, that's just part of the plan. Go to another doorway. Okay, that's the other thing. If your door keeps on shutting on you, don't keep on banging on it. Just go another direction or come back later. Okay, it's all about timing. So we have Haniel, go, go, go. All right, really, really supportive of you, your journey forward, and the way in which your life is progressing. You're going to start seeing the results of all of your efforts. Okay, so for the second week of July, we have the angel Ambriel. Okay, so this is yellow. So we have green and yellow. So you can also talk about that being the heart space, of course, with green and healing. Yellow, the solar plexus. Okay, Archangel Ambriel, this is 1. So bringing messages about children. So perhaps a child comes to stay with you. Maybe you have just the right way to deal with any problems. Maybe it's time to switch off this TV and have a really good talk with people, kids, the youth, anyone that has been coming into your sphere. Maybe now is the time where you'll have the right timing to speak with them. Maybe you're just going to hear from family as well. So a special letter may arrive, an email, a letter in the mail, a text, and extra sort of activity may be happening in the second week of July, phone calls, all that sort of stuff. You're a little bit busier and you're getting ready for action. Everything's going to be moving quicker than usual. And that normally happens when your pathway is opening up. Okay, things just keep on going. Ask for patience to navigate through this next part of the journey, right? Thank you to Archangel Ambriel, lighting a yellow candle or holding a yellow crystal. I had a Mukite jasper around here somewhere, but I can't see it right now. Will help you to connect, okay? So Ambriel, the fast-moving angel, but also connected to your solar plexus right underneath your ribs. Your solar plexus is where everybody drains off of you. Everyone's pulling all, on you all the time, maybe lowering you down, maybe making you feel like, oh, I have to do that because such and such. It also is the area of your confidence, okay? It's also the area of your past lives. So your past lives are connected into the chakra of your solar plexus. And can you imagine, like, you have all these different past life energies here, and then you have all these people that you have in this life, and they're connected with your solar plexus, and then they might be into your heart, they might be into your mind, they might be into your throat, they might be into your lower areas, right? So you've got all these cords from not only these people here, but all the past connections they've had and where they've had that connection with you. So you have to, it's like a scrambled mess. And sometimes when I'm looking at people's energy field, doing healing on them, all you can see is it looks like a roadmap of cords from this, that, and it's just all draining you out. If you have chronic fatigue, maybe you've just got a chronic roadmap going crazy and they're all pulling. Whenever they do something, you're feeling it. It's a very real thing. So dissolving, clearing, and understanding these cords is essential as well. And just asking now, as we're listening, thank you, Ambriel, for helping me to see the truth of who is who in my life, to see what I need to cut away from, to move away from, and where my life is going to become a lot easier. Thank you, Ambriel, for speeding up this so it's much easier for me to navigate my way forward. And thank you, right? Okay, so for the third week of July, one of my favorites, Archangel Uriel. I did a big channeling with Archangel Uriel recently in May. And so, I may reveal this to you guys, but we did it for Patreon. It was amazing what was coming out. So Uriel is with you. It's time that you need to face the past, let it go completely. Something is bugging you from your past, and it's not in your best interest to lose sleep over it. So you are much stronger than you imagine and have all the power of the universe flowing through you. So now is the time to change your thought patterns, to let it go, and try not to listen to any mindless gossip right now. Thank you, Archangel Uriel. So you can, another brown or yellow candle to connect. So Archangel Uriel works with us with our thoughts and feelings. He is the counselor, the psychologist angel. And I just felt something touch me right on the nose. So what can happen is he will help you to understand those patterns of sabotage that you may have, sabotaging your success before it even arrives. Because what if you fail? Like I was saying before, people put posts up and they say, well, this is just going to end, so I might as well end it first. Speaking on relationships. Oh, well, I'm just not good enough, so this person's going to leave me, so I might as well just... And the person doesn't have a clue. Like the other person involved in the relationship's like, what? And suddenly no, it's time to go, because you're convinced that you're going to get hurt. People are convinced of things sometimes, or they talk themselves into things, in a negative way because of that, because they're always expecting something bad to happen. So therefore, before that happens, they want to cut it off. Now, psychologically, this angel says to you, why do you do that? And your response is, well, I don't want to be hurt, so I'm going to stop myself from being hurt. That's the basis of it. But what reality is, what you're saying is, I don't want to love something and lose it. I don't want to love anymore because I've been hurt in the past, right? And so having the emotion of love hurting, you cut it off before you even allow the greatest love of all to have a space in your life. The thing that you're really wanting, you're not even believing is going to happen, so you cut it off before it's even got a chance to bloom, And it was like with my husband and I, we were so, we'd had so many experiences, we'd had so many past relationships, and we knew that as long as we always talked with each other and we always connected with each other, and we remembered the training of our past and the way that we've been made to believe about ourselves was not true. If we remember that, then we don't really have any problems. When we forget that, we start feeling useless or dumb or stupid, or could be better, or could be prettier, or could be more buff, or whatever it is. We start falling into that doubt, end up having problems. Well, not that we have any problems, but that would be a reason why you would. If you did get into a circumstance where you're not growing with each other, then you're going to build this resentment, you're going to build this stress inside of yourself and create a problem just to see what the other person might do or how they might react. If they don't react in the way that you wanted them to, there it is, off you go and get them out. Poor person's like, what did I do? Nothing. It was a resentment energy, or it was a stress energy, or it was a worrisome energy, or it was an expectation of there being a problem before there was even a problem, and it worked you up so much you couldn't stop thinking about it, and suddenly the person's you've split up, right? So Archangel Uriel asks you, what do you think about the most? What consumes your thoughts controls your life. Creed had good words to that song. What consumes your thoughts controls your life. Where your mind goes, your body follows. That's one of my own quotes. Where your mind goes, your body follows. Where has it always gone, and how has that worked out for you? Right? Has all this thinking ever given you a real solution anyway? No. So the one thing that we need to do is just allow the angels to, you know what, take care of that problem for me. I did that for the whole 25 days of June. I'm like, I just cannot focus on asking my angels every 5 minutes to help me with something. So what I did was I set an intention every day. And I said, every single day, you're going to have to take care of this for me. I'm giving it to you because I've got to deal with this. And so make it easy. Make a way forward. Bring us, and it wasn't easy. I'm going to tell you that right now, because there were doors like this trying to slam shut on everything that we tried to do. We had to find the long way around everything, but we didn't give up. Many people would have gone, this is too hard. I'm going to send my family member into a home or something. This is too difficult. And we couldn't do it. There was no way that I could do it anyway. And my husband was right behind me on it. So remember that you have the power of the universe flowing through you all the time. This power can be tapped into by anyone at any time. Use it for your positive aspects in your life. Use it to show and reveal your patterns of behavior so that you can clear it away, that you can stop doing that stuff. Doesn't mean that it ever, sometimes you're going to have moments. That doesn't mean you failed in your mission of greatness in this life, okay? Hit a snag, step over it, and keep on going. And the next time it will take longer and longer and longer before you hit a snag or two, right? But when you do, you know how to cope. That's all people's problem is they don't really know how to cope. Something comes up and they're like, oh my God, the world's over. Instead of saying, okay, this is going on right now. Me stressing about it is not going to make it an easier pathway forward. It's going to make it worse. What do I want? What am I trying to achieve here? I can't do it. Okay, angels, take care of this because I'm sick of it. I don't want to deal with it. Archangel Uriel, show me why I always feel like I've got to solve a problem. Why have I always got to fix everything? Where does this come from? If you don't know, it will be revealed to you. I can guarantee it's come from being little, and it's been shown to you throughout your life as you're trying to grow. So Uriel's with you. Don't lose sleep over stuff anymore. Let go. As you're letting go, sometimes the heaviest things can bring soreness in the morning. I didn't even realize that after my dad passed away, I was waking up, the whole right side of my body, which is connected to the male energy, very, very sore. I'm like, wow, I must have been holding him up for a long, long time. I didn't even know I was doing it. Now my body's going, okay, we finally let that go. And it was sore, sore from it. Sometimes your soreness is not because you're being punished or there's an issue. It's because you've let go of something and the energy can flow through your body better. And where it was stagnant for a long, long time, it's like it's going to be a little bit sore, like you haven't used that muscle in a long time, or you have been holding it in a certain way like this for a long time. You finally relax, it's going to be sore. It's been tension there. Okay, so remember this. Don't listen to drama. Don't listen to gossip. Week 3 of July is going to be revealing for you in the way that your mind works. Okay, you'll see how this will work for you. And last week of July, all right, so this was the card we got at the very beginning. I knew it wasn't the beginning card though. Archangel Chamuel, number 6 again. So we had number 2, number 1, number 6, and now number 6. Okay. Number 15, so it ends up as a 6 if you add them all together. All right, numerologists, we can put a thing in the comments about what number 6 means. Okay. So Archangel Chamuel is with you, spicing up your love life. So if you're single, be on the lookout for a newcomer that catches your eye. But don't doubt it. Just be open. If attached, you'll feel very in tune with your partner's needs, and you need to set a date to be alone. Now, some people may be going away the end of July. So follow your instincts, get ready for fun and adventure. You are irresistible, and you need to use this to your advantage. When you feel good about yourself inside, it comes out on the outside, right? You start feeling better about your body, etc. It starts to shine. It's like my husband and I, we have gone 2 weeks now, 14 days of just juices and fruits and vegetables. And, on a Sunday, so twice now, we've had what we call a cheat meal, which is basically just a vegan hot meal, a cooked meal, whatever that might be, whatever we feel like. The rest of the time, it's just been this. And it's really hard to explain, but it's like the energy is peaceful and you feel like you can think clearly. You've got the clarity there. The weight just drops off you. You don't even have to do any workouts or whatever. You'll just lose all that bloat. It's like your body is finally like, oh, I'm alkaline, I'm fresh. Now, this is not for everyone. I'm not trying to push raw food, or vegan diet on you or whatever. But if you did it for just 3 days and you said, okay, I'm just going to reset myself in July just for a few days, fruits and veg, I can have smoothies in the morning, I can have big salads for lunch, I can make a wrap or something for dinner time, and I'm just going to keep that going. No meat, no dairy, okay? Use almond milk or something, have coffee, who cares, but use almond milk or whatever, and just do it for 3 days. I guarantee you will notice a big difference in those 3 days. It may even keep you going for a little while. But we've just, moved into this sort of calm energy. We really needed to. And, it's beautiful what can happen, again, when the body, mind, soul, all working together, calming energy, it's all around you, right? So Archangel Chamuel is another angel, very, very peaceful and loving angel that brings that unconditional loving aspect into your life and brings your true self forward, okay? The reality of who you really are before everybody tried to taint you with all their rubbish throughout your life. What is the energy of you as a soul, okay? What do you really think the angels think of you? I know people are like, well, they slap their head every time they're like, but the angels are always unconditionally loving and like animals, right? Animals are always unconditionally loving. If you have them as a family pet, of course, as well, always connected to you in that way, showing you that's the way to be, unconditional love for all, unconditional love. They don't care what you look like in the morning. They don't care if your hair's sticking up in the air. They're just like, happy to see you every day, right? And connected to you, are there for you, right? So they're like angels in disguise in your life, having animals. But having this love for yourself, it attracts others who are on the same wavelength. And, if you want to have the right person come into your life, you can't have that until you have peace with yourself. Otherwise, what happens is you may attract someone who equally doesn't like themselves, and then you both just trying to fix each other or whatever, and it's exhausting and also sabotaging that connection. That's what ends up happening. Is just like, well, I'm just going to end this because it's too hard. You've got too many problems. So you start out wanting to help the person. It's like, yeah, this is I'm going to do this way. So if you work on yourself, you've got no choice but to attract that pure, perfect, loving person. And you know who that is because you never have to ask. You never have to go, is this the right person for me? And ask a psychic. Or I'm with this person. Is this right? What do you think? If you're asking questions, what do you think? Right? Because otherwise you just know and you just feel calm. You shouldn't feel butterflies because that's just anxiety attack. I used to think that was, oh, wow, I'm really feeling something here. This is love, No. And it worked out that it was just an anxiety attack that my body was trying to let me know, don't get too close to this person. It's not the right thing for you. It doesn't matter what the person's like or whatever. They may be perfectly fine, but it doesn't match your vibration, right? it's not right for your energy or where you are or where you're going. It may be right for somebody else though, which is great, right? So for the 4 weeks of July, we have the energies of psychology, angels, love angels, working on balancing, working on bringing in new messages. So we've got our intuition, we've got our understanding, we've got the loving energy, we've got a high vibration energy, we've got new directions, we've got new beginnings, we've got positive things to look forward to, we've got revelations that are coming from outlets that you may not have thought. People have a change of heart, people who are whistleblowers as well, they will start talking, because now that the whole things are sort of starting to die down from the whole 2020 experience, and places like Australia are ramping it all up again. But you're starting to see other places like Singapore, living with it and understanding it and not stopping their lives because of a dance. It's going to, make you feel, what's the word? Like you have to have direction with everything that you do, because you can't think for yourself. We don't want to be that way. So July, be open to these changes, be open to new possibilities in every direction. Be kind to yourself, first and foremost. Be gentle with yourself in everything that you're doing. Have a different understanding or perspective of yourself as you move through your life. And know that you don't have to be perfect. There's going to be snags. There's going to be things that come up. You can and you throw your hands up in the air and be all crazy person for a minute. And then you have more clarity afterwards. Sometimes we just got to let things out too. And then we have more clarity later. Okay, well, that's why that happened. This was why this happened, or whatever. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Smile. Just smile, okay? And the more that you smile, the more that you feel better about yourself, and the better vibration you're putting out there, remembering that everything comes back like a boomerang. So you want it to be good things that are coming back, right? I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. Thanks for being here. You know where to get a hold of me, BDevineonline.com, crystalsrockandgems.com, and the links will be in the description box for other services and things that I have as well, okay? So get yourself a really good deal, all right? And maybe get yourself a Soul Strand reading or Lenormand or something that you want. You can always tell me what it is. It can be a mixture of things as well, okay? Until the next time, wishing you every happiness and success. I'll be live with you guys tomorrow for fun on the wheel. And see you then, hopefully. Till the next time, bye for now.